Your mind be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Your mind be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakdash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto his like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to the woman in Hebrew, which means peace. And I was thinking about it something earlier this morning, and it kind of hit me. Because, okay, how can I explain it? The Lord granted us information, high information that's been dormant to this world. All right. And the Lord granted us this information. Now, I've noticed something of late. And what I've noticed is that the prophecies are speaking so much that the information out there is overwhelming. So when something is overwhelming, what are you supposed to do with that? For some of us, it's too much we can bear. For others, and the wise way to do it, he chose now to talk. A wise way is to deal with this information, right? That's complementing the truth is to be as water. All right. Don't let the information overwhelm you. Let the information guide you. All right. Let the information be there for you. So you see a subject, we always talk about the RFID microchip. Before you had to hunt it down and you had to verify it by resources. Now it's coming to a point where the information is just right there. Whatever comes into your lap, just accept it, work with it, because that's how the spirit is working right now. The spirit is not working for when you have to really search for things. Deep and search for things is one aspect. Is just information is there. You have AI, artificial intelligence. You ask it a certain question for a certain subject in our faith, it's going to give it to you. Now, it may not fit what we was taught, but you know how you should be able to maneuver yourself and know how to pick the bones from certain information. So the information that's out there, we got to follow. We got to go with the waves of things. It's like surfing. You know, I can't even say surfing. It's really like a boat. A boat. It goes on the ship, but it becomes the boat goes on the water, but like Bruce Lee said, it becomes water. All right, and it's just a little thing that's called let me get that real quick. I didn't have that intended, but you know that's how it works. Let me use this one instead. James 3, I think it says list. James 3 and about, yep, 4. It says, "Behold, also the ships which through they be so great, though they be so great, and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whatsoever that governs the listening, which we know is referring to your tongue, how your tongue of your mouth is so small, but yet it could cause a lot of things. But it uses an example, what controls a ship, all right? What controls a ship. So it's something so small that maneuvers within the water. So become as water, all right? It governs a little bit. The water could overcome it, but it comes that little thing guides it. Okay. So same thing with us. We getting all this information consistently. I mean, it's overwhelming, but it's not overwhelming. We just gotta learn how to maneuver in it. Daniel, because this is a prophecy, 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So the Lord gave the information that knowledge is going to be increased. So you have to be prepared for it to come. All right. Like I stated, there's so much information, there's so much subjects to talk about. There's so much things. It's like you don't want to stop. You got to be in the spirit, like, you know what? I don't want to stop because this is what I've been yearning for. The scripture says, let's see if I can get it. That's when I was considering padding. See, Salakia. You know what? Let me get the other one instead. I had this ready to go. Deuteronomy 32:1. I started on 1. 1 is at 2. Give ear, O heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as rain. My speech shall distill as a dew, as a small rain upon the tender herb, as the showers upon the grass. And that tender herb is us. That little, I'm into botany. Sometimes you can see a plant and look like he's about to give up the spirit. I'm about to die. Just leave me alone. You just give it a little bit of water, and all of a sudden, it's become this miraculous thing. It gets back up and is, I want more. I'm good. And it gets stronger and stronger. Well, that's the same thing for us. We've been waiting for this truth for so long. We was in a dead state. All right. And there's plenty of scriptures. I'm just going to make these things short, try to hit to the point. And we was in this dead state. And the Lord revived us from this dead state just by his word alone. All right. For some, walking down the block, for others going surfing the internet, you know, and it revived us. It gave us life. It gave us meaning. And the Lord took his time with us. Just like how you have a nice plant. You don't give everything it at once. You have to break the ground. You have to give the proper nutrition that it needs, the oxygen that it needs to breathe within the dirt that you supplied it. Break it up a little bit. Give it water in the proper time. Give it the proper sunlight. And then it grows, and then when it grows to a point that it could sustain itself. So this is what the Lord has granted us just by his word alone. Okay. Matter of fact, St. John, classic goodie, 6:63. It says, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profit nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life." So the word that the Lord spoke through his men, that's what revived us. All right. It revived us. So we have been revived. We've been awakened. Now we've been awakened. Whatever period of time that you came into this this thing of ours, this beautiful thing, then what end up happening? If you do it properly, if you one of the Lord's, St. John 7:38, it says, "He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said." So now you heard it, you believe it as the scriptures are saying. So you putting, you being as the water, you accepting what you heard. As the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Now you become the water, you become as the spirit. All right. So now you take it, you gravitate all this information that you've been granted. What the scripture says, real quick, Revelation 3. Is it Revelation 3:20? Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, which is your mind, right? If you hear this, if you hear the voice of the Lord, he's speaking to you within your mind, and how he doesn't, he could talk to you with his voice, he could talk to you by scriptures, he could talk to you by sign. It says in Hebrews, and roughly paraphrasing it, time past the Lord spoke to the prophets in diverse manners. All right. So the Lord, he's speaking. And it says, if any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come to him and will sup with him and he with me. Sup, when you look up the word sup, to dine, that is take principle or evening meal. So this is a meal. You constantly eating food for thought. All right. This is what gives you the proper um the proper stability to understand the information that's coming, because the information it's heavy information. All right, what we call basic stuff is not truly basic. All right, it's heavy in itself, and this is why I gotta make this too long, because I'm trying to put this in my other channel. Psalms 23. I went to the point 4 or 5. 5 to the point. Psalms 23:5. That prepares a table before me. The table is what? Representation of what do you do on the table? You dine. So we're dining, we're eating consistently, right? It says, before mine enemies, right before the eyes of our enemies, they see us growing in the faith. You gotta grow in this thing. You can't be stagnant. All right. We're living water. Living water is consistently moving. All right. We're constantly moving. You got to go with the flow or you get left back. All right. The worst thing you could do is go against the tide. You got to go with the tide. You got to go with what everything's going, saying, right? Now I anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. The cup representation is what? Our bodies. What is running over? The knowledge of the Lord. So we've been filled up consistently. We got to use this gift that's given to us. First Timothy, second no, I think it's First Timothy 5:14 or 15. Slakia 4:14. It says, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy. The Lord spoke, he prophesied it. We got a gift, right? With laying on the hands of the Presbyterians, which are the elders, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them. So you got to give yourself to it. Be like water, that thy profiting may appear to all. And so how does it appear to all? By us doing this work. I'm looking at the time, so there's more I could bring out. It says, take heed unto thyself, unto thy doctrine, which I read Deuteronomy 32. Continue in them, for in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So you have to be the example. So with that being said, be as water. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.